Good morning, Terraria players. I am Bladeburger and welcome to episode 2 of my adventures in the Elements Awoken mod. Here's a list of the mods I'm using this run, excluding a few minor ones. If you like what you see, do what the algorithm likes. It helps out the channel. Also be sure to follow my Twitter. Now let's resume this part of the adventure, starting off with a new boss event. Since it had been around 30 minutes since Skeletron had fallen, a new boss event had started, Infernace's Wrath. Meteors rained down occasionally and the sky grew hazy, like ash falling. I was protected by my platform above the houses, so they didn't really hit me. I started off with the goal to defeat Infernace and stop these meteors, but I would need to prepare before attempting to fight him. I crafted the Lament 1, a weapon that had multiple stages of upgrades, each getting stronger and stronger as the game went on. This one was pretty basic, just firing a blue projectile. Simple, as it's still pre-hard mode. Seemed decently strong at this stage. Now that a new weapon was crafted, it was time to go dungeon diving. I very quickly found the Cobalt Shield. All I needed, to be honest. No need to get some of the other stuff just yet. I left quickly and turned my eyes to a new objective, the Nature's Gift to craft the Mana Flower. It took way longer than I wanted to admit, but I got it. Now I had a staple accessory and I was ready to go. Almost. There's a boss I always forget to kill. The King Slime. Easy, no need to show the whole fight. I then made and placed an obsidian double insta-bridge, reforged a bunch of gear, then felt ready to go. Was I? Nah. I post a lot of Terraria, but am I good? No. Time to do more prep. And with more prep comes a note and disclaimer about a certain mod that exists. Heroes mod. It allows you to cheat in items, become invincible, and so on. Since I hate wasting time to regrind boss summons, and I had already spent a whole hour grinding fire essences until I went insane, I just spawned in some boss summons. Later on, I would only use this after losing to a boss more than twice. I also gave myself some platinum coins because I honestly hate money grinds. I will be very transparent whenever I use it, so it doesn't seem like I just cheesed everything and suddenly got the best armor in the game out of nowhere. Nope, only for boss summons and coins. Now that this disclaimer is out of the way, I reloaded my mods and resumed the grind, suddenly with Luminite bars. Oh my! Nah, just kidding. I upgraded my desert trailers into fire treads for more speed, then challenged Infernace again and lost again. But I had a new strategy. The next night after, before another refight, a blood moon rose and a new enemy appeared, toy slimes. They dropped broken toys, which could be crafted into an armor set that gave damage reduction and stuff. I replaced my meteor armor with that and tried Infernace again. This one was successful, so here's my fight. Enjoy. Inside the treasure bag was an expert mode item that lit enemies on fire. I guess, sure. He had no mage weapon in his loot pool, so I just moved on to the next boss in the order, the Wall of Flesh. It was time to enter hard mode. Wall down. Still an easy fight. When I returned to the surface, I opened its treasure bag, using the demon heart within to get a new accessory slot. I got a mage emblem as well. Since hard mode was here, I went right to smash some demon altars. On the way there, I got a mechanical skull to drop. Nice! Smashing the altars got me palladium, orichalcum, and adamantite. And down into the mines I went, going from pick to pick to pick and skipping armor like I always do. There's really no need to stick to the tier 1 and 2 ores when tier 3 is just the strongest. This isn't a challenge run, so no need to get orichalcum for its set bonus. After an hour of searching, I was able to craft an adamantite forge, then enough bars to craft a full set of adamantite gear. I also noticed a new magic weapon, the adamantite beamer. Of course I made it! It fired a single beam, similar to the Shadow Beam staff, but didn't bounce. Magic is cool and good. Speaking of magic, I was able to upgrade my Mana Flower and Celestial Cuff into the Shield of Magic, a new mod item which combined the effects of the two. Why didn't I make it earlier when I had both? Well, it needed a Mithril or a Orichalcum Anvil to combine. Now I felt ready to take on Skeletron Prime, since I happened to have a summon item to fight it. Time to fight. Whew, what a close fight. The damage on the beamer was surprisingly low for a weapon that's supposed to compete here. 40 seconds to spare. Its treasure bag didn't have anything new sadly, but the fight made me remember to craft wings, so I made angel wings. Nice. I then checked the boss checklist and realized I had skipped the boss, or mini-boss, rather. So I made an otherworldly crystal, which made a cosmic observer more likely to naturally spawn, and it arrived. Here's the fight. Observer down. Unknowingly to me, this started the timer for the next boss event. 30 minutes from there, in recording, it would start. As this was a mini boss, it had no treasure bag, but it dropped some crafting materials for some weapons, a new armor set, but most importantly, the Planetary Wave, a very strong magic weapon that fired a set of projectiles from above your head. I decided to take on the twins and the destroyer, crafting summons for each of them. Let's see how the wave performs against them. Twins down, they dropped a yo-yo, another boss exclusive weapon. Too bad there wasn't a mage weapon yet. Sad. Since I didn't have enough time to fight the destroyer before day came, I started building to pass the time. Editing me noticed a new event before I noticed in-game. It took a while for me to notice. It caused lightning to strike a lot and rain to pour very frequently, almost constantly until the next big modded boss was defeated. But that's for later. Destroyer time! Destroyer was destroyed. It dropped a laser gun that allowed you to charge to fire a bigger laser blast. Neat, not a mage weapon. Now that I'm typing this, I question whether all bosses have these weapons. Maybe? I'll look later when I need to grind them. I needed to do more upgrading. I crafted hollowed armor and the pickaxe axe. I made the upgraded lament too, which was a lot stronger than the first one. Its bolt split and exploded, dealing more damage. Now it was time to farm for sky essence so I could fight the next boss, Regaroth. I made the battle cry from Fargo's mod, then took to space, killing harpies for sky essence. I upgraded my boots into the Skyline Whirlwind, then went back to farming. I happened to get a strange item called an infinity crystal when I was farming. Looking it up later after recording, I found that this playthrough must be blessed, as this item has a 0.00066% drop chance. That is over 60 times rarer than biome keys, if I did my math right. I probably didn't. They went into a mega accessory later down the line. Would I grind for it? Probably. Sit in a pit and let enemies die to traps and stuff. I won't cheat them in, that's only for boss summons and coins. I'm lazy, but not that lazy. Anyways, I was on to the next boss, the Scourge Fighter. I sucked at it. It dealt almost 200 damage on certain attacks, so I knew I needed to get some upgrades. Mage is squishy. Time to mine Chlorophyte. Chlorophyte seemed very important to this mod, so I made sure to get a lot of it. By a lot of it, I mean just enough for a full armor set. I went ahead and crafted a full armor set, then left the world open a little bit so life fruit can spawn. Not a lot spawned, but I got some health up. I then tried my hand again and lost, so I went to the next boss, Regaroth. Yeah, I lost too. Mage is squishy, okay? I left the world open for a lot longer, about 3 to 4 hours, so I was able to collect enough life fruit to get to max health. I then made the Charm of Myths to help with my survivability. Didn't work, but I was getting closer. Not at all discouraged, I made the Badge of Sky to help when fighting Reggie. It gave increased movement speed, increased wing time, and gave defense and damage when in space. The next attempt was the closest I had gotten to beating Reggie, and I noticed something with his AI that I would try to take advantage of next time. And now, here's a successful attempt where I tried to use the cheese. Enjoy! And finally, the boss was down. A pretty tough fight, but fun. Pretty bullet hell-like. Its treasure bag contained an item from his loot pool, as well as his expert mode drop. It made it so that your damage went up as your health went lower. Interesting. It also dropped pieces to an armor set that gave bonuses the closer it was to midday. I then went back to fight the Scourge fighter. Here's how it went, as this was a successful attempt. Those attacks still dealt almost 200 damage, by the way, like 150. It was kind of insane. Enjoy! This time it went down. Its treasure bag contained an item that buffed your speed and gave buffs when you were fast enough. Unfortunately, the speed boost wasn't as big as the one the Badge of the Sky gave. I'd stick to that for now. Next, I refought Regaroth a few times to try and get the mage weapon from his loot pool. By refought, I mean bought treasure bags from the operator from Alchemist NPC. After a few tries, I got it, and his trophy. A bit of a tangent, but I decided to make a trophy room for modded bosses to showcase my progress. Anyways, the mage weapon was incredibly strong. It shot 2 to 3 projectiles at very fast speeds that explode. It had a very, very low mana cost, so it was also easy to spam. Very strong. I liked it. Let's see how it does against Plantera. Instead of looking for a bulb, I just crafted Plantera's fruit, which just summons her. Enjoy the fight. Plantera down. Little trouble. The new weapon was very strong. When Plantera went down, I received a message that the ice trembled and cracked. It hinted towards the next modded boss, Permafrost. Immediately before I left, a new enemy spawned. Upgraded Dragonite enemies, like the ones from last episode, but more health and new attacks. They drop refined Dragonite, which could be made into a new armor set and weapons. But that will all have to wait until next time as we proceed to Golem and beyond. If you liked the episode, be sure to let the algorithm know. If you have any suggestions for mods, I'll be glad to hear them. See you all in the next one. Blade Burger out.